September 11th changed the world. Let's think through our actions today so that this does not spiral out of control.
20 years ago, it seemed as though the bubble of the new millennia in America was popped, pierced by planes that crashed at the Twin Towers, a rural Pennsylvania field, and the Pentagon. A loss of life that shook us to our core and still shakes us each year since. We all remember where we were and what we were doing on that day. East Bay Congresswoman Barbara Lee was at the U.S. Capitol when the Pentagon was hit nearby. She joins us now to talk a little bit about that day and share how she remembers 9/11 and all that's followed since. Thank you so much for joining us, Congresswoman.
Thank you very much. Nice being with you.
Definitely. How are you feeling today, 20 years later?
Well, today is a very somber day. It's a day for reflection. And in many ways, the country, including myself, we're still grieving the lives lost, the trauma, the long-standing health impacts of the first responders, our troops, the communities that were hit by these horrific terrorist attacks. And I think today we all need to just stop and reflect and understand that 20 years ago we lost so many lives, and this country was forever changed. I want to also remember today Wanda Green. Wanda was a flight attendant on Flight 93. She is the cousin of my former chief of staff, Sandre Swanson. And I was sitting in the Capitol that morning, and we were told to evacuate right away. We did not know what was taking place, but I looked behind me as I ran up Pennsylvania Avenue and saw the smoke coming from the Pentagon. Still didn't know what had happened, but later we learned that Flight 93 more than likely was coming into the Capitol. And so today I'm thinking especially of those heroes on Flight 93 who saved many lives because they took that plane down. And it's a very, for me personally, it's a very somber day, very reflective, and my thoughts and prayers go out to Sandre's family, Wanda's family, and all of those who lost so many lives and loved ones.
You do recount that story and that connection that you have on a new documentary series that's featuring right now on Netflix. It's called Turning Point: 9/11 and the War on Terror. The way you recount it now is exactly the way, you know, I listened to it when I was watching this docuseries just the other day. Obviously, still you hold it all very close to your heart and in your memory. This documentary, very well done. What was it like, and what pushed you to say, okay, I need to be a part of this docuseries and speak about your experiences?
I was very reluctant initially. First of all, the memories and the grief that many of us are still feeling, recognizing we have to move forward, but that's still there with me. It's still there with Sandre's family, Wanda's family. It's still there with so many who lost their lives. So I was very reluctant initially to do that. Also, just scheduling on Capitol Hill and my district is very hectic. And I wasn't sure that I should be part of this, but I'm glad I did, because I was able to talk about my experiences that day. And fast forward to January 6th, once again, I was sitting there in Congress and had to evacuate when the terrorists, the domestic terrorists, were coming into the Capitol to try to kill members of Congress, Speaker Pelosi. And so these harrowing experiences are seared in my heart and in my brain. And I'm oftentimes reluctant to talk about it, but if I can share my feelings, my emotions, my love for people, my caring to keep them, our troops, out of harm's way, then I felt like, and my staff encouraged me to go on and do that.
It was very well done, the docuseries. I was 12 years old when the terror attacks happened, so my understanding of all that it meant, why it happened, and the reasons that the subsequent war happened were all very naive as a young person. Obviously, over the years, I've learned so much more about the instances in which you voted no to go ahead and say no on the war in Afghanistan. I feel like learning that, just watching this docuseries, how difficult that must have been for you to go ahead and vote away from both anyone in the House and the Senate. Would you vote that way again?
Let me tell you, I voted no. And today also I'm thinking about our troops, the troops we've lost, the Afghan people, the collateral damage, the civilians who were killed, the refugees. And I'm saying to myself, you know, this is the moment we have to thank our troops and salute our troops, because they were sent into harm's way. They did everything this country asked them to do, and our veterans deserve every bit of our support in terms of healthcare, mental health, and ensuring their economic security. I knew then when I voted against that authorization that it was the right vote, because that authorization was 60 words and it was a blank check. It was overly broad, and it allowed any president, then President Bush, but any subsequent president, to go to war without coming back to Congress. And it's our job as members of Congress to represent the people per our Constitution and authorize or declare war. But that overly broad authorization just gave our, responsibilities over to the executive branch, and that was just wrong. I believe if something came before me today, and if it gave up my constitutional right, the people's voice, my constituents' voice on matters of war and peace, I certainly would vote against it. But that does not mean I did not believe we should bring the terrorists to justice, and we should not respond. But 3 days afterwards, on 9/14, while we were grieving, while we were mourning, while we were angry, that was not the moment to be rational and to come up with a strategy. We thought, which it wasn't really, it was just a blank check. But that was not the moment because of the nature of the emotional moment. We needed to step back, as I said on the floor, take a deep breath, be the thoughtful leaders who we are, and make some determinations with regard to the appropriate response, whatever that may be, and evaluate the costs and consequences of that.
You said, quote, September 11th changed our world. Our deepest fears now haunt us. Of course, we all say, you know, always remember, never forget 9/11. How do you remember it? And how do you think we as American people should continue to remember and honor these victims?
I remember it, first of all, the brave people, the heroes, the first responders, the families, the communities, the human aspect of this is what I remember. And Turning Point, I think, did a great job in putting forth the impact of what took place. That's how I will remember that, and we'll never forget that. When you look at what took place and the fear and the anger, I mean, yes, I was, and sitting in the Capitol, had to evacuate, didn't know what was going on. But for me personally, that was nothing compared to what people had to experience. We lost people from California on several of the flights. We lost constituents. We lost people all over the country. And so that's the memory that I hope we hold dear to our hearts. And if you pray, I continue to pray for those families and communities. If you don't, you need to reflect. I think it's our job and duty and responsibility to always remember those people who perished, and also those emergency responders, our firefighters, everyone who stepped in. And I think, and I listened to some of the speeches this morning, and I think one of the lessons learned, and that we need to remember, is that how we're a caring country. We cared for each other. We sacrificed a lot for each other. We put our lives in danger for each other. And that's something that we need to get back to recognizing, even though we may have our political differences on policies, on issues, on partisan politics. Of course, I'm a Democrat, a progressive Democrat, but we have differences of opinion. But, come on, we've got to somehow get this country back on track to live up to its creed of liberty and justice for all. And so we have to remember the human aspect of what took place.
Vice President Harris and former President George W. Bush both talked about unifying and unity here in America. Not only is it essential for America to be America, but it's essential for our safety as national security here. And I feel that you're kind of ringing on that as well right now. Anyone can watch more of Congresswoman Lee here in the docuseries on Netflix. It's called Turning Point. It's 5-hour-long episodes. I believe you're in episode 2 and 5. Listening to you there was really pivotal for me and learning so much more about what all has taken place. Congresswoman Lee, thank you so much for joining me this morning and